Here we have verse 37 of the 7th chapter of the Gospel of John. Jesus has been mystifying the audience that's been listening to him speak in the midst of the Feast of Tabernacles there in Jerusalem in the temple area, indicating that he was going to be going away fairly soon and that where he was going, they would not be able to follow. He, of course, is referring to his ascension to the throne of the universe, but they don't have any way of reckoning that that's what the intention is of what he is saying, and so they're speculating in various ways about that, and that's sort of where John leaves this story until we get to the last day of the feast, what's sometimes called the great day of that feast, which is described for us now by John in verse 37. In, the preposition takes the dative, roughly similar to English in or among, de, postpositive, but in, te, here's the dative article, feminine, singular, in te eschatte, in the last. Adjective, it's in the dative case, of course, because it goes with in. So in the day, and then hemera, the noun, which is being modified by eschatte. So in the last day, and then to add emphasis, te megale, in the last day, the great one, the culminating day of this Feast of Tabernacles, which arrives at the end of the week. And then he continues, tes, the genitive, heortes, of the feast. Not mentioning the Feast of Tabernacles, but we've been advised earlier that that's the celebration that is in view. So in the last day, the great day of the feast, and then hesteke, hesteke. This is from histemi. It means to stand or to make something stand. This is the pluperfect in this case. It's the third person singular, pluperfect, active indicative. Usually the pluperfect will involve the addition of the word had. So, ho Jesus, Jesus had, stood, kai, and then we have ekroxen from krazo. It means to cry out. We used that word earlier in the same discussion when Jesus rather interrupted the flow of the conversation earlier in the week. Now, once again, he cries out. It's a rather dramatic word. So this is the third person singular aorist active indicative of that verb. He cried out, legon, saying, present participle, masculine singular nominative. So he cried out, saying, ian takes the subjunctive, if, tis, this is the indefinite pronoun, if anyone or someone, dipse. Ian, of course, takes the subjunctive. This is the subjunctive of dipsao, which means to thirst. So if anyone thirsts, this is the third person singular, present active subjunctive. So if anyone thirsts, then erkesto. This is from erchomai, to come or to go. This is the third person singular, present active in meaning, imperative. It's the third person imperative, so it'd be translated, let him do this, let this person do this. So if someone is thirsty, let him come, pros, me, to me, kai, peneo, and let him drink. Again, the third person singular, present active imperative. So if anyone is thirsty, let him come to me, let him drink. This is the great announcement that Jesus makes on the last day of the feast, and it rather ties nicely to the general observances that took place in the feast. And now Jesus, once again, sort of echoing what he had said back with the woman at the well in chapter 4, indicating that he's going to provide water, which would become a source of living water within a person, causing them in some deep sense never to thirst again.